Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhu. My dear Toastmasters, good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
Today's topic, I was just reading this book called The Master Key System, and it talks about the world within and the world, the internal world and the external world. And between this internal, external world and the universe, there is some connection which I just wanted to give you an idea today, which they call it as law of attraction. Has anybody heard about law of attraction?
Yeah, I have heard of it.
Okay, very good. So are you applying the law of attraction in your life?
Always. I just recently bought one Porsche. I just wanted to buy one Porsche, but that was not in my budget. But because of the law of attraction, it happened within 15 days, from the day I started dreaming it.
Okay, very good. That's my point, actually. Good. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashraf Melvitil. When I did my education and college, and when I started my work, actually, and I came to Saudi Arabia, and I saw, even after putting a lot of hard work, effort into what I want to become, because I started my job as a sales executive, and the way I wanted to grow was a lot of people, a lot of things. I had faced a lot of resistance and difficulty. And one of the key things that I wanted to work hard is to make money faster. As any young person who is looking for a job, is to make more money and have a comfortable living. But when I went through this process of working and finding, I thought one of the most critical factors to make money is to work hard in your field and make that money. But what I realized is when I was in Saudi Arabia, I met a lot of entrepreneurs. Most of them, let's say 70 to 80% of them were Keralites, and most of them, they never had a higher education. Most of them, they were high school or very literate. But if you look at them, they were very successful and they were making a lot of money. Me, after all that education, qualification, whether you're an engineer, you're a doctor, we choose a career path and we stuck to that path, and we had some methods and procedure to come up in life, and we struggled a lot to reach where we are today. But I always wondered why God, in His infinite wisdom, has given somebody with less work and a lot of success and money, and somebody has to struggle. So up till to the age of 40, I had struggled a lot to come up in my company or in my career. But I realized one thing, that when we apply this law of attraction in your life, then things becomes easier, and the desires and the goals that you wanted in your lives, it attracts to you much faster. Rather than I chasing my goal and desire and money, what I wanted to do, this law of attraction comes to your life by itself. So what is this law of attraction? The law of attraction explains there are two worlds in our life. One is the world within, that is the world inside our body, and the world outside, that is external world. Now, what is the difference between the within and outside, internal world and external world? In our internal world, we have two things. One is our body and the other one is our mind. Now, we use these two things to achieve whatever we want to become in life. And what is this external world? The external worlds are the environment, the conditions, the experience we feel. And this, in fact, based on this, we feel how we get returns from this external world. But what actually is the determining factor that makes our life successful? So you see some people with very less effort attract success, power, wealth, and there are people who work very hard for it and they're not successful. Most of them even fail. Now, what is that single factor? The one important factor that helps them is their mind. The mind is the most important part of a body, and it is this mind which helps us to gain whatever you wanted to achieve in life. The mind is so powerful. And how does the mind express? It's through the power of thoughts. So if you have a very clear, very clarified thoughts, very strong, powerful, focused, concentrated focus, concentrated thoughts, then you are very clear what you want to achieve, and the law of attraction helps you to get things faster. Now, how does this law of attraction works? You have your mind inside, and your mind receives all the information from outside through our senses. You come to see how the world is, you come to see how you hear it, and then how you speak. All the senses are basically inputs for your mind. It receives, you think about it, you decide what to do, and then you use your mind and thoughts to achieve things. Now, this is a normal process. But in our mind, when you look at your mind, there are two parts to it. One is a very conscious mind, the other is a subconscious. Now, the conscious mind, we all know, it's a rational mind. We think, we look at problems, we discuss it, and win. Now, what does the subconscious mind do? The subconscious mind, in fact, if you look at the brain, 90% of your brain is subconscious. In the subconscious, it's divided into three. One part of the brain of the subconscious, it's a storehouse of information. It records all your, right from the date of birth till today. It stores in a memory and it makes into impressions. And what I mean is impression, if I asked you how did you feel on your honeymoon, it's not only gives you a picture, the memory, it also gives you the feeling. So basically all of them are put, your video, audio, feeling, every information, everything is recorded in that memory with all these feelings inside it. So it's making impressions of all your past events. Some of them are very strong, some of them are very light, depending on the intensity of feelings and what you like. And this is the most important thing, because it's a storehouse of information for you. And number two, the subconscious, what it does, without your willpower, without even asking you, without even telling you, it runs your heart, it runs your blood circulation, it completely manages your whole organs and runs your body. It doesn't even ask you what to do. It immediately does what it's supposed to do with the connection of the universal mind. By the infinite powers from the God that we receive, it runs by itself. Your heart doesn't ask you anything, your stomach, your organs, nothing. It runs by itself. And this running of this program of your whole body is done also by the subconscious mind. The third phase is the spirituality. The spiritual part of the subconscious is connected. It connects, your subconscious connects your body, your mind to the universe, which we call as the universal mind. Because the universal mind is very creative and it's infinite. You can take whatever you want from this infinite mind, and there is nothing going to feel short. In your lifetime, right from birth to death, whatever thoughts you have, you can use your thoughts to connect to the universal mind and get it what you want. The only condition, it should be very creative and it should be in a very positive manner. You cannot use negative things to take from the universal mind. So the universal mind is there in the universe. It's wide, it's infinite. Any person at any moment of time can always take information and download it. In the sense, what I meant is, your thoughts, in fact, we believe, even scientists today, the insight, the knowledge, people think that how does that come to you? How does that appear in your brain? Breakthroughs, knowledge, insights. If you think about it, does it come inside you? Are you having it? No. The reason is you're able to come through this breakthrough idea because you're able to think in a very positive direction. And through your thoughts, you're able to connect to the universal mind. So when you connect to your universal mind, you are connected. And when you are positive and creative, it suggests idea what you want, depending on your thoughts and intentions. So if you have a very good intention, if you have a very good desire, and if you're willing to work, put your hard work, efforts and time to it, and focus on it on a day-to-day basis, then the universal mind is ready to help you. And that is what the law of attraction is about. You think about it, any example, anything that you wanted in your life, you will see by concentration and by focus, but continuous perseverance, you will be able to achieve them. irrespective of what people tell about you, whether you have the capability or the skill, it doesn't matter at all. What matters is your thoughts and your attitude towards it. If you have a very good positive mental attitude and you're willing to able to dedicate, put your efforts and time into it, definitely the universal mind is there for you. Now, my point today is I have used it many times, honestly. And most of the time, 90% of the time, it has worked for me. I used in my career, I've used myself to make more money in my salary. I've used myself to buy a car, whichever car I want. I put it in my vision, into my brain, and taken time how to do it and it always works. So there is no doubt. Even the books claims that most of the scientists, most of the most successful people in the world use this law of attraction. The law of attraction to get thoughts and information, ideas from the universal mind. And sure, definitely anyone who wants it can achieve this. So with this, I would like to hand over my mic to the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful